Well, hello, JohnBParker here, back with another episode of BreakOut. How you guys doing today? I am doing fantastic. Sitting here with my Lexica Botania and my little obsidian hole. Hopefully, we can get into here by the end of this episode, but who knows? Botania is pretty in depth, and if we take a look at the quest book here, we can see that Botania is a little bit more in depth than Thermal. But that's okay. I went ahead and just completed this quest. We got some floral fertilizer. Used the floral fertilizer on the grass patch that we had up front to get one of every of these colored flowers. And it gave us the flower pouch, which is nice because the flower pouch holds all of our petals, or all of our, not the petals, it holds the flowers. That way it doesn't take up space in our inventory. So that's really nice. Let's go ahead and throw that back up there. Take a look at some of the other quests here. Invar Shears, that was easy enough to make. Mystical red petals, those were, this quest here is actually explaining how to get more of one things, right? So the flowers I'm collecting seem random and rare, but fortunately they can be grown using a single petal as a seed, bone meal to give them a burst of height, and shears to collect the large plant. So here, let's show that off really quickly here, just to show you guys how I got some more of this. So a bunch of these red ones here. So if you go ahead and you right click to plant the petal on the ground, then you bone meal it and it becomes a tall flower. So instead of just a regular flower, it becomes a tall flower. And then you hit it with the shears, you get the tall flower in your inventory, and that right there will turn into 4 petals as opposed to just a regular one, which only turns into 2. So that's basically an easy way to dupe your petals. So you get 4 for 1, and all it costs is a little bone meal and some shears. So really nice thing to do there. So what I did between episodes was I went ahead and got some living rock and some living wood here, and that was just surrounding the pure daisy with stone to get the living rock, and then logs, not planks. It's got to be the log version, all the way around the pure daisy, and then after about a minute or two, it transforms into the living rock and the living wood. So I just went ahead and grinded those up for you so you guys didn't have to watch me do all that. Let's see what else we got here. That was this quest right here. We get 2 levels for that. That's nice. And then I went ahead and made the Peddler Apothecary off camera. 1 level for that. That's not that much. And I went ahead and put it over here. So the Peddler Apothecary, not that button. Let's open up JEI here. Peddler Apothecary was really easy. It was just 1 petal, 1 living rock, and then some cobblestone and some slabs. So this is going to be basically our catalyst for everything that we do as far as creating other kinds of flowers. So we go back into the quest book here, and the next step, it shows that we can do all of these things, but the first thing we have to do is we have to get the Wand of the Forest. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the wand, the mana pool, and the mana spreader. These are all basics for Botania. So if we look up wands, all of these here are the exact same, except for they just have different color petals. You can use whatever color petals you want for crafting a wand. And so we need the living wood twigs, which is these. It's 3 living wood, or it's just 2 living wood like this. And you only get 1 for 1, so it's kind of a tougher recipe, but it is what it is. And I just like to use the red ones. Doesn't matter. I honestly don't care about what color our Wand of the Forest is. So we got the Wand of the Forest now. We needed a mana pool, just a regular mana pool, and that's just 5 living rock, just like that. Easy day. And then we needed the mana spreader. And the mana spreader is 6 living wood, a gold ingot, and then any color petal, doesn't matter, or any color mushroom. And well, we had red petals, so there we go. All right, so now we have the mana spreader, we have the mana pool, and that was a quest. That's awesome. Or that was an advancement, actually. No, that was a quest too. So we get a second mana spreader for that. That'll be nice. All right, so then the next way we want to go here is we want to get the Endoflame. We want to start generating mana, because mana is basically used for everything that Botania has to offer as far as cool things that you can get. So the first and basically the easiest flower to get that generates mana is going to be the Endoflame. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and look up in JEI here what it takes to make the endo flame. And it looks like we need to do in the Peddler Apothecary, we need 2 browns petals, 1 red, and 1 light gray. And then I'll show you guys how we have to do that. So that's why I pulled these ones out here. We're going to go ahead and turn them into their petals. And we needed 2 browns. Let's go ahead and clear this away. 1 red, 1 gray. And we need a water bucket because every time we do one of these crafting recipes inside the Peddler Apothecary, it has to be full of water, right? So we fill that with water. And that's also why I set this up here. You guys, I was wondering why we were going to need water, and I didn't really see it coming because I'm kind of a derp. So Botania is why we're going to need water. And there not being infinite water sources, we have to, we have to keep generating it. So, all right, we throw, I do believe we actually have to throw the things in there. And there we go. We can throw it in, and then we can see what we've thrown in there. And then we needed 1 light gray, 1 red, and now it looks like we're going to need seeds. I don't think I grabbed any seeds. I tried to be prepared. Tried to be prepared, and what do I get for it? No, wait. There we go. Okay, let's grab a few because we're probably going to craft more than just one thing here. All right. So take the seeds, throw them in, and we get the endo flame. Perfect. Electric magic. That's nice. And that was a quest. So then we get 2 more endo flames. That'll be really nice. An overgrowth seed, and then a composite mana lens for potency velocity. All right. I'm not really sure about the overgrowth seed. I'll have to look that up. But then the composite mana lens for potency velocity, I do believe that goes on the mana spreader. So, what is this? There are a plethora of options for automating mana production, but one easy but not lossless one to get started with is using a simple pressure plate, open crate, and redstone setup to drop coal or charcoal to your endotherms. Endotherms. A hovering hourglass could also be used as a trigger to trigger a dropper. Examples of this setup can be found online. I don't think we need to do that too bad. Let's just go ahead and go with the setup that I kind of know what we're doing with here. And it's probably not going to be the best to start out, but we're going to go with it. So we're going to set our endo flames right there. We're going to go ahead and let's say we want our mana pool to go, I don't know, there. That sounds good. And then we'll take one of these mana spreaders and we'll put it there. So then we need the Wand of the Forest. What we have to do is if we right click on each one, we can see what its status is, how much mana it has inside of it. But if we shift right click, we'll select it, and then we can select. So now basically the endo flame is going to send its mana that it generates to the mana spreader. Shift right click there, shift right click there, shift right click there, shift right click there. And now to get the mana spreader to send the mana to the mana pool, we just have to shift right click on the mana spreader, and we shift right click on the mana pool. So now you can just regular right click on the mana pool, and then the little line there in the middle, it will go up with like a light bluish color with how much mana is inside the mana pool. So the way that these endo flames generate mana is by dropping usually we use coal on the, you drop coal on it and then it basically just eats it. It's kind of weird like that. So if we hit K while we're in the crafting table, we'll auto compress. That's really nice. There we go. So now we have 9 blocks of coal. You always want to use blocks of coal whenever you can, or blocks of charcoal whenever you can. So each one of these is going to get one of each, and then we should see them eat them, and there we go. Okay, so now all 3 of them are generating mana, and it's sending it to the mana spreader, and that little green line is how much mana is in the mana spreader. Oh, and now we have a little bit of mana. That's excellent. So we are generating mana. As of, let's not claim this just yet because I'm not really automation savvy. So it is what it is. Orchids, what is this? Evolved orchid. It will take a lot more than a few endo flames to power it, but you could set up an orchid and use it to convert smooth stone into ores, though it will cost a lot of mana and make a lot of noise. Okay, so we can use this. This unique flower can convert nearby stone into valuable ores, including the elusive wub ore. I think that that might be a little out of our league for right now. So let's just start moving along to things that we know we can do. So it looks like a Runic Altar would be the next thing. Seems I should need to make runes in order to advance further down this path. Created by placing the required items on the Runic Altar and then providing it with mana from a mana spreader and mana pool. Yada yada. There's a whole lot of stuff there that gets really complicated. So let's take a look and see what it takes to make a Runic Altar as our mana slowly fills up. Runic Altar. Right here. Oh, so it's going to take 5 living rock, but we're going to need a mana diamond or a mana pearl. So that was a different quest, wasn't it? Yes, it was. You need a mana diamond, mana powder, and a mana steel ingot, and then we get 4 mana pearls. So the way to get these things here is you essentially have to take whatever it says you need, right? So here, mana diamond, that's just throw a diamond into the mana pool. The mana powder, this can be either glowstone, redstone, or I do believe gunpowder also works. And then mana steel ingots, that's just iron. So hopefully we have enough generated, enough mana generated right now that we can do all 3 of these. But I wouldn't really bet. I wouldn't bet a whole lot of money on it. You know, probably nothing. Okay, so we look some of them. This one here. Oh, it's still going. Still going. So what we can do, since we don't have a magnet attached to us right now, we can just throw those there. And I do believe that the endo flames will burn out in less than 5 minutes, and then they'll just eat the ones that are there. So not too bad here. So here's what we can do here. We got their Wand of the Forest. We can see we don't have much mana. We do have some, but not much. Let's see. Oh, and you see the little check mark there. That means that we do have enough mana to do this conversion here. So if we throw our diamond in, we have a mana diamond now, and we have enough to do the mana steel. Do we have enough to do this? Yes, we do. Oh, that's so nice. And hopefully we only needed 1 because I forgot to check. There we go. Mana pearls. Mana pearls are difficult to make because they require ender pearls to throw in. So, all right, let's go back to the Runic Altar here. See if we can craft the Runic Altar. And our inventory is filling up thanks to Botania. Runic Altar. Looks like we can. And I want to use the mana diamond instead of the pearl because right now our mob farm is not that great at spawning a whole bunch of different things. So now we got the Runic Altar. We need to get all of these runes right here. Holy cow. That's going to be a process. So let's go ahead and take a look at, oh boy. So Rune of Water is one of the basic ones. We need all of these things on the Runic Altar, and we'll get 2 runes of water. Wow, this is going to be a little grindy. Thank you, Botania. Botania. This is why I didn't start out with Botania in the first place, but it is what it is. You know, you got to do it. And the cool thing is that with the runes, you can create some really cool thing. Rot of the Seeds, this is like an infinite water bucket right here. This is a really cool thing here. But we're going to need it. I do believe terrestrial agglomeration plate is our end game for Botania. I think. This thing right here, I do believe, is our end game. That'll get us the next pick of choice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get all of these runes made up, and I will come back to you when that is done. Okay, guys, just a quick little jump here in the process of waiting for more mana. I was looking up what we needed to make these runes here, and for the Rune of Fire, we need netherwort. Netherwort. Well, if we had the Atomic Reconstructor, it would be easy. But it looks like we can just get netherwort, 30% chance from sieving soul sand. Now, to get soul sand, we would need the Atomic Reconstructor. Because that's basically that's from Actually Additions, and that's the easiest machine to making soul sand if you don't have access to the nether. Well, this seems easy enough here, but if you look at the iron casing, that requires Inori crystals. The Inori crystals are only made with the Atomic Reconstructor. So according to this, to make the Atomic Reconstructor, we need the Atomic Reconstructor. I think that when we get into the Actually Additions room, we're going to be given some Inori crystals, or we're going to be given an Atomic Reconstructor. So the way that I'm going to go about doing this, getting the netherwort, the soul sand for the netherwort, is in the fluid block transformation here. If we put witch water into a stone barrel, and then we put sand into it, we get soul sand. So, how do we get witch water? We get witch water from the ancient spores that we got from the sieving. If you take a block of dirt, not a grass block. It will not work on the grass block. See, I'm trying to put it on there. It doesn't work. It has to be a block of dirt. It will turn it into mycelium. And then you put the stone barrel on top of that block of mycelium, you fill it with water, and it will slowly, very slowly, transform that into witch water. So I will come back to you once that's over, and hopefully we don't have any more interruptions with the runes and everything just goes smooth. Back at it with some more Botania, man. I tell you what, grinding these things out was particularly tough. The hardest one was the feather, because to get a feather, the only way to get a feather really is to get a chicken. And to get a chicken, you have to make chicken bait. So to make chicken bait was just 2 of these, but then we had to wait for it. So it took quite a while waiting for the chickens, but I ended up putting 2 of them out, and we got 2 chickens, and I killed one for the feathers. So that wasn't too bad at all. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I went ahead and I put some oak planks around here so the mycelium doesn't spread. I don't think it will, but just in case, you know, I don't want a patch of mycelium right there. It's kind of ugly, so it's just a temporary farm anyway. So let's go ahead, and if we look up the runes, again, I do believe I have everything for it. So the first one we're going to do is the Rune of Water, and I do believe we just right-click. Yes, we do. Excellent. So we just right-click everything. We needed 1 mana steel and 1 mana powder for 4 of them. And then you can see that there's a little, like a clock symbol kind of thing here where it gets kind of greenish, teal, blue. I don't know, whatever color you guys see, that's the color it's filling up. And we just repointed the mana spreader at the Runic Altar. And it looks like we're going to need stone, living wood. Where did it go? Did I put it in here? Yes, I did. A living rock, actually, sorry. So we right-click with the living rock, and then we right-click with the Wand of the Forest, and now we have the Runes of Water. Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the rest of these, get the rest of the runes, and I'll be back to you in just a moment. So as our last rune here finishes up, the Rune of Mana, it takes the 5 mana steels and then a mana pearl. We're just going to let that finish up. I went ahead and I made a few more endo flames, easy enough to make. And just to help produce more mana quicker, I don't know, however you guys want to say it. And give it to us. We only got 1 rune of mana, but we got 2 runes of everything else. So that should be the Runic Altar quest complete. Excellent. All right. Oh no, we actually have to make Terra Steel is what is going to give us that pick of choice, I believe. So if we look at terrestrial agglomeration plate, lapis lazuli block is going to be easy, but let's go ahead and take a look at the agglomeration plate. I gotta stop trying to say it because I'm just going to mess it up. It's going to take each one of these. It's going to take a block of mana steel and then 3 lapis blocks. So we need to get 9 iron, and hopefully, I think we might have enough mana to get 9 iron there. Oh, let's go. And then we need 3 lapis blocks, which we should have enough lapis for. We need 9 iron, and that's... Actually, I think we can do this with just a block of iron. Let's test that out. It might work. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3. Let's force clear that grid. I don't know why we... Well, we did it in there because we had to go get the stuff, but I have a crafting table in there. Learned my lesson last time. Oh, we do! Excellent. You can do it as 1 block just like that. So, oh, we needed 4. Oh, I'm a derp. That's right. It's like a checkerboard pattern. That's right. I'm an even bigger derp. We had it in our freaking inventory the whole time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If you can't laugh at yourself, then, you know, you're not having fun. So, is that the quest complete? No, we actually have to make the agglomeration plate. So, we go into our crafting table, the plate. We should have all of this. And there we go. Now we have that. Now, did it kill our lapis? It did not. There we go. 3 sparks. Ooh, the sparks are nice. That's going to be easier for moving mana around. Terra Steel? And that's the way we get the pick a choice. Terra Steel. Surely this magical metal will help me break out of this hellhole or hellball. Your ingot will be consumed, but you will be rewarded by a new pick of choice. All right, what do we got to do to make a Terra Steel here? let's see. What is this quest pack gonna make us do to get Terra Steel? Looks like we just have to set up the terrestrial agglomeration plate setup, and then throw a mana steel, mana pearl, and a mana diamond in there. And so that's gonna be, what was that? That was a 3x3, right? So let's go here. And you guys are going to stay with me on this. I'm not going to cut here. All right. Hey, look at that. Look at that. All right, so we need more lapis. Do we have any more? Because we're going to need just a few more lapis. If we don't have the lapis, I'm going to cry. And we do not. So I believe the lapis is just from sieving gravel. And that's what we're going to go ahead and do, right? Right, it's just sieve and gravel. Yeah. All right. I'll be back when I have all of the stuff ready for the agglomeration plate thing. That only took but 2, 3, 4 minutes to make that up. So here we are. Here we are. Let's take a look. Let's take a look just to check that layout. So if we look at Terra Steel, it should give us the layout for this thing. So it's an X of living rock and then lapis everywhere else. So bing, 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 lapis, 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 agglomeration plate right there. Okay, so to make that, we are going to need to fill this with that much mana, and who knows how much that is. That's like an eighth maybe or something, but that's where the sparks come in handy, right? So if we go over our mana pool, let's actually reset our mana spreader to go back into the mana pool. We set a spark right on top of it, then we can set a spark right on top of that. Now, whatever mana we have in our pool, that's probably not going to be enough. So I'm going to go ahead, and I didn't have any more coal because we've been feeding it to these guys. So, I mean, I'm not sure how much more coal do I have. I don't have any coal left in here. Do I have any coal from the strainers? I have a little bit. This is going to take a minute. I'll come back again when I have enough mana, and we'll get this going. So that looks like enough mana. Hopefully that'll be enough mana to get this process done here, because if we don't have enough mana, these items could possibly despawn, and we don't want that. So the key here is you got to throw them and have them land on the actual plate themselves. And it's a little bit harder than it looks. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That should count. That should count. Oh, we're having something's happening. Something's happening. Something's happening, please. Please let, oh yes, it was enough mana, and we look in our mana pool, it is basically all drained out. Okay, all right. We're gonna lose this ingot, but that's okay because we get the next pick of choice. Here we go, claim it. Yes. Okay, there's a lot more stuff to do in Botania, but right now, I don't want to deal with Botania anymore. Man, that was a grind. That literally took me about 3 hours to do all of this stuff and get all of this stuff and all of this stuff just to get one Terra Steel ingot that basically turned into a pick of choice. So we're going to come back to Botania, just not right now. As you can see, I believe that's the actually additions wall. We're going to do that one last because the next step here that we are going to do, we're getting into one of the more popular mods other than probably thermal, is Ender IO. Yes, you heard it right. Ender IO is next. And Ender IO is a fantastic mod. It has undoubtedly the best conduits in the game. It's got the best energy conduits. It's got the best fluid conduits. It's got the best item conduits. Because I'll show you guys what's so great about them. But you most of y'all probably know. They can all three of them be in the exact same block space. It is fantastic. Oh man, I'm excited for Ender IO. I hope you guys are excited for Ender IO too. Let's go ahead and get this. Oh my goodness, we're having some glitchies. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Botania is not my cup of tea really, but it got us through. We got through it. So I'm JohnBParker, guys. Go ahead and leave a like on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Have yourselves a great day.